Good morning. Welcome to Up to the Minute. I'm Todd Duplantis. Good to have you with us. It's a Thursday. We are zooming through this week, and we've got a half hour of your HCC news and information, some special guests coming up. It's also Thursday Family Fun Day. My co-host this morning, Dr. Amy Tan, the Dean of our English and Communications Departments. Amy, it's always good to see you.
Good morning, and I always love to be here.
So let me ask you, did you run this morning yet?
I did. It actually, I thought it was going to be really miserably hot, but it wasn't terrible.
It wasn't terrible this morning, but I wasn't going to go all out. Yesterday was a longer day, but today was a shorter day. Still was able to fit it in this morning because tomorrow I'll be busy for another convocation that we have going on. So that'll be taking up my mornings, which means when you work in the mornings, you try to run around lunchtime, and that's always just miserable, especially when it's in the 90s.
Yes, you're miserable at lunchtime until December.
Well, I'm hoping next month it'll be a lot better. Maybe next week. Who knows? It's just a new day every year in Houston when it comes to weather. Amy, everyone is watching us right now on Facebook. We want to thank you for joining us. You can always catch us live at 10 a.m. Most days HCC is in session, and they can also find us in social media and on HCCTV.
That's right. We're live on the Houston Community College District Facebook page, not HCC. We're also on Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram. We're on HCCTV at noon, 5 and 10 p.m. Monday through Friday.
Okay, we've got an exciting subject I know you'll be very excited about. We're going to be talking with Nicole Moraw. She is Executive Director of ARTReach, and we're talking about someone who puts the A in STEAM. Nicole, good morning.
Good morning.
It's good to have you with us. Yeah, we're looking forward to hearing all about your organization, ARTReach, and more about it in just a few minutes. So stick around. We'll be with you in about 10 minutes.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, now we're going to check in with a gentleman who's been on this show. He's been on one of our other shows. I think he was on The Topic, all over the place. He's got a book called The Hippies, the 60s, and he served with HCC for 40 years, Dr. John Moretta. John, you can unmute your mic and get in position for your camera interview. Let's see if you can unmute his mic. Can we get you to unmute your mic? It's on the bottom left. You'll see a microphone on the bottom left of the screen, and you just hover over that, and you click on it, and your microphone should be coming back up. Few technical problems this morning.
There we go.
There's John. All right, John. Good. Okay, so John's getting in place right now. John's been on the show before. Good to see you again, John.
Thank you. Yes, you too. You too.
So we had an employee significance ceremony this past week. You've been around here at HCC for 40 years.
Yes.
Long time. Let's start talking about, we've had you on the show talking about your book, The Hippies. Maybe you can tell us a bit about that for folks who aren't familiar with the book itself. Obviously, it's self-explanatory, but you've been there and you lived it during that time.
Well, I wasn't a hippie, but I lived through that time period, yes. It's the 60s, and it was a great time to be in high school and college. Some of you maybe remember, I don't know. But I was always fascinated by the counterculture history. Not just hippie counterculture, but countercultures in general.
Right.
And when I was approached to write, I said, sure. Fascinating topic. And it was great because I remember a lot of the research is primary, which means me. I remember Monterey, going to Monterey, Pop Festival, and going up to the city to Haight-Ashbury several times. My buddies and I, we were in high school and college, and just being fascinated by this countercultural world. I mean, at the time, I didn't really understand it per se. I mean, I was fascinated by it, kind of understood. But I was a jock in college, played baseball. So it was kind of an antithesis of who I was at the time.
Right.
But as an historian, in retrospect, it was monumental. To me, as a historian, one of the most important countercultural movements American history, along with civil rights. You look at the last century, you've got two significant movements.
Right.
During the 1960s, start off with civil rights. It's actually began in the late 50s, which is a crescendo in the 60s. And then the counterculture. Throw in the radicalization of American students, the near left, the SDS. You got a wonderful cauldron of change and challenge.
You were at Rice. It was your alma mater, and you also did you teach there as well?
No, for decades till I left to go to Qatar, I taught at U of H, the main campus.
Okay,
that was my moonlight adjuncting, and I taught in the honors college there for 20 years, and then I taught graduate courses in the history department. Upper level courses, specialization. It was great.
And what was it like at Rice during the 60s? Was that a hub for counterculture?
No, I was in California at Santa Clara in the 60s.
Okay.
Rice is where I got my PhD in the late 70s, early 80s. By then, it was all over.
You know, we recently, a few years ago, we celebrated the 50th anniversary of Woodstock, and we were remembering, you know, a lot of people remember about that, but there's two things I want to talk about with you, because one of them was just as monumental, doesn't get as much attention, but the Monterey International Pop Music Festival and Altamont as well. Two changing, really just ground-shaking events for what happened in ways. Maybe you could talk about both of those.
For Monterey, I was lucky. Summer of 67. Oops, sorry.
I was excited about it too.
Hold on. My dog. Sorry. In June of 67, my buddies and I went down the last day of Monterey. It was great. We saw Jimi Hendrix, the Grateful Dead. We had seen the Grateful Dead several times before in the city. Saw the Who. And one of the most riveting performances. And he was the only person who got a standing ovation. He was the last performer, Ravi Shankar. Some of you may have heard of him.
Yeah.
He was unbelievable. He got a standing ovation, even from some of the best guitarists around the time, like Pete Townsend. He was all mesmerized. Monterey historically was the template. First real experiment taking the whole rock scene in one second. In the whole rock scene out of the dance halls, like the Avalon Ballroom, places like that in the city, Longshoremen's Hall. And it was a great experiment. Many people doubted it, but it was a huge success. And in many ways, Woodstock was a replication on a grand scale. Monterey, probably 90 to 100,000 people showed up.
Right.
Woodstock, you had close to 500,000.
Right. Woodstock, what everybody remembers. Monterey is where it all started happening.
Yeah, and to me, historically, Monterey is far more important because it's the template. Woodstock was a huge success. And then you try to duplicate it one more time in early December 1969.
Right.
At Altamont, and that was an utter beyond disaster.
You know, I remember seeing a film, and you've probably seen this, where the Rolling Stones are in a room with a director of the movie that I think it was Gimme Shelter was the movie.
Yes, Gimme Shelter.
And they were watching for the first time it wasn't video footage, it was film footage of a person getting stabbed by a Hell's Angel.
Yes.
And you could, if it was acting, it was some great acting, but you could see their faces when this happened because they had no idea this was taking place during that performance, and they didn't see it till afterwards when they were watching the film.
One caveat to that. Gimme Shelter is a huge BS promo job by the Stones and their manager. They knew the whole time.
So it was an acting job.
Yes, of course it was. They were responsible for what happened. Stones. So many ways. What kind of fool, right mind, hires the Hells Angels, one of the most vicious motorcycle gangs in the 60s, to be your bodyguard? That was insane.
Incredible.
So I'll give you one more little story. So frightened by what was happening in Altamont the whole time, beginning to end, that the Grateful Dead were actually supposed to perform before the Stones. Jerry Garcia and the band were cowering in their bus and used to go on.
Yeah. Yeah. Incredible. Incredible. Yeah. And if you do get a chance to see Gimme Shelter, there you heard the real story. It's not all the truth, but it's still a decent movie, by the way. Yeah. Real quickly, we're wrapping up, but 40 years at HCC. You're still teaching right now, but are you writing more?
Yeah, I'm writing. I just put out an article in the Southwest Historical Quarterly about student activism in the pre-World War II period. I'm writing a book on the Austin hip radical scene. Come out probably in 2023, University of Georgia Press.
Dr. John Moretta, HCC professor, 40-year employee significance honoree, and of course got a number of great books out there. John, thanks for being here again.
Thank you, Todd. Good to see everybody, especially you, Todd.
Always good to see you. Thanks, John.
Take care, man.
All right, we're going to turn things over to Amy. And Amy, you've got another special guest for Thursday Family Fun Day.
Yes, moving on to Nicole Moraw, Executive Director of ARTReach. Welcome to the show, Nicole.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
Let's begin with what you mean when you say that ARTReach offers the A in STEAM.
Yes, definitely. I think a lot of people have heard of, STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math, which is really, taken off. And sometimes it's referred to as STEAM and the A in those disciplines for art. And at ARTReach, we just feel that art is very similar to those disciplines because science, technology, engineering, and math, they are very creative processes. You're building something. You're thinking outside the box. You're using your creative mind to do those endeavors. And so ARTReach, we really like to have that A. And we'd love to just, kind of leave STEM, put that on the back burner and let's just move STEAM up front and keep that A in there. Because we just feel that art is very similar to those. It's very essential for children especially. And we really hate when art programs and music are cut from curriculum. And so we really try and fill that gap in many ways, especially to underserved youth.
I agree. I hate to see art programs cut. And when we really support our art programs here at Houston Community College as well. And art takes discipline too, just like those STEM programs. So 100% STEAM.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and the Bayou City Art Festival is coming up and you're going to be involved. How will you be involved?
Yes, the Bayou City Art Festival is pretty well known here in Houston, but it's also one of the largest art festivals in the nation. And it is held twice a year, once in October and then again in March. And a special part of the festival geared towards children is called the Active Imagination Zone. And what that entails is several nonprofit partners come to the festival. We set up our tent and we offer free art activities for children of all ages. We kind of say it's the children's area, but, adults come and do the art activities and it's just for children of all ages. And we will be there October 8th and 9th. And this is the downtown location. In March, it's held in the Memorial Park area, but we'll be there in downtown and we will have one of our wonderful artists, Danny Russo, will be doing screen printing. And then myself and other volunteers and artists will also be doing a fun activity called Artist Trading Cards. And they're just, little baseball card sized blank little cards with tons of art supplies to, make your own little tiny piece of original art. And then you have the opportunity to then trade it. We'll have a big kind of board set up with lots of cards where you can make and trade cards. So kids love that. They love that idea. And the Bayou City Art Festival is so wonderful in that they are a nonprofit as well. And a portion of ticket sales is given to each nonprofit partner that comes to provide these free art activities. So we encourage everybody to come to the festival. It's super fun. There's hundreds of artists from all over the nation displaying and selling their artwork. We'll be there doing art activities. There's music, there's food trucks. It's fun. So everybody come out.
Yeah, it sounds like it'll be a wonderful way for everyone to be involved and be part of the festival.
Yes, and just kind of, highlighting art in the community and artists and just fun.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, tell us a little bit about Genesis Inspiration Foundation.
Yes, as a nonprofit, ARTReach, we are able to do our art programs for underserved youth and senior citizens, primarily through our fundraising efforts, as well as grants from charitable foundations. And this year, we were extremely grateful to be chosen by the Genesis Inspiration Foundation for a large donation. And the Genesis Inspiration Foundation is relatively new. Genesis, if people don't know, is the luxury line from the Hyundai Motor Company. So Genesis is the luxury line of the Hyundai line, similar to Toyota has Lexus and Honda, I think, has Acura. Well, Hyundai has Genesis, and they do have a dealership here in Houston. Beautiful vehicles, if anyone wants to go take a look. But they're based out of California, and they formed a foundation in which they want to support organizations across the nation who fill that gap where art and music and theater are not reaching the most underserved of the youth in the communities. And so we were very fortunate and grateful to be a recipient of a generous donation. And that is going to help us provide a lot of great art programs in the next couple of years for youth.
Yeah, congratulations. That's really thrilling.
Yes, it's exciting. It's our largest ever single donation in our history. And we've been around 15, 16 years now. So, yeah.
Excellent. So we know that everyone is getting back to what people are calling a new normal. What does that look like for ARTReach?
Well, COVID was hard on everybody. ARTReach, we tried, real hard to kind of do virtual art programs, Zoom. And we were successful in some areas, but a lot of our programs are very hands-on with youth and senior citizens. And it just, doing art is not always the same over Zoom as it is when you have, a professional artist in front of you with the really great art supplies that, these kids have never had access to or used before. So we are really happy that all of our community partners are opening our doors are opened and we can go back in person and deliver those art programs face to face. So it's wonderful. Yeah.
Fantastic. So how can artists who want to help you teach these classes get involved?
We are always looking for new artists who are interested in teaching classes or volunteering. I would encourage them to go to our website, artreachtexas.org. Also follow us on Facebook and Instagram. There is a section on our website titled Engage, in which various ways, if you'd like to get involved with ARTReach, you can fill out a form and let us know, your art background. And then I would contact you about possibly teaching classes. Or if you're an organization that would like to have our artists and programs at your location, I would love to hear from you as well. We always need volunteers, especially for the festivals. as well donations. We always appreciate, as a nonprofit, anybody that wants to make a donation. Always appreciate it. But I would tell people to follow us on social media and our website, artreachtexas.org.
That's wonderful. Just so much really excellent work that you're doing in the community. And we really enjoyed having you on the show. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. And let's keep art alive in our community, and especially for our kids.
I 100% keep art alive. So thank you again, Nicole Moraw, Executive Director of ARTReach. And we'll have all of that information in our post after the show.
Thank you, Amy.
All right. Thanks, Amy and Nicole. Amy, I don't know about you, but I'm still bummed out with finding out the Rolling Stones were acting in the movie Give Me Shelter. Come on.
Your childhood, like, are you betrayed?
I feel like Mick Jagger totally betrayed me, but yeah, I'm sure I'm not the first person he betrayed. Anyway, all right. Keith Richards would say a few things too. Let's move on to some announcements for the day. Your Infinite Nature Sol Diaz exhibition, the exhibition of new painting and photo works by Houston-based artist Sol Diaz, explores how the poetic relationship between nature and man is a source of regeneration and comfort. There's an artist reception, 6 p.m. tonight, Thursday, September 22nd. Exhibition goes on through December the 9th. It is free, of course. It's at HCC's Southeast East Side Wedge Space Arts Gallery. Long name, cool gallery. Go check it out. Registration's not required for the event. Everyone is welcome, especially for the artist reception tonight at 6. Okay, transfer fairs, Amy, they're back.
Yes, we are thrilled that students can join HCC at one of the 9 campuses hosting fall transfer fairs from October 3rd through the 12th, where they can hear from 60 universities, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Monday, October 3rd, will be at Northline and Eastside. Tuesday, October 4th, that's Central and Stafford. And there will be more transfer fairs to follow that week and the next. Just keep checking our district Facebook page or the link in our post after the show.
Okay, the Small Business Success Series, HCC's Small Business Success Series, starts in October with 10 2-hour Zoom sessions. All of them are free, thanks to our partnership with Wells Fargo. They happen from 2:30 to 4:30 p.m. Tuesdays and Thursdays, October the 11th through November the 10th. We'll have a post in our link, or in a link as well, in our post after the show. So check it out there. And the Bedichek Gorman prom night is almost upon us, about a little over a month away.
It's coming, and it's my favorite thing to come and talk about. So mark your calendar. The Bedichek Orman auction, supporting professional development opportunities for HCC faculty. It's going to be Friday, October 28th at the West Houston Institute, and all the information is in the post after the show.
Okay, Eagle Promise Program, that's back. It's get your degree for free. HCC is keeping its promise to help recent high school grads earn a degree for free. The HCC Eagle Promise Programs offers qualifying students money to cover tuition, fees, and books each semester. We'll have a link in our post after the show. It's a great program. If you know someone who's graduated just recently from college, have them check this out because they could qualify for this. Okay, time is literally running out to get those credit hours in before the semester ends. I know it's early. Well, we're the end of September now, but you've only got a couple of months left. You still got to take the same amount of credit hours, right, Amy? The courses it's smaller, compressed, right?
That's right. You still have to meet the contact hours for the course. So our second class starts have already started this week. So those are 12-week courses. So we're 4 weeks in, but you can still sign up for the second half of the semester. So it's an 8-week course. They're very intense. So if you think about it, in a 16-week course, if you're doing 3 hours a week, and in an 8-week, you're doing 6 hours a week. So make sure, when you sign up, that you're prepared for that intensity.
Yeah, and we've got 5 ways to learn. 2 of them are online, 2 of them are hybrid, 1 of them are in-person, old-fashioned classes where you go to a campus, sit in a classroom, old school way. But you can still sign up. Sign up today. Don't wait. Go to hccs.edu/apply. Okay, so tomorrow I won't be on the show because I'm going to be at that convocation for our service professionals here, our student services here at HCC. That's happening tomorrow on the Central College, but the show goes on. We're going to have Film Friday with local filmmaker Olivia Oppenheim. She'll join us to talk about her varied career from working production on Lady Gaga's Super Bowl appearance. How about that? To the Oscar-nominated Ghosts of Sugarland, to Netflix's Mo Amer show. And that's just a taste of everything she's involved in. And next week, Mental Health Monday will be here as well.
That's right. A fitness expert who helps her clients with their mind and body to overcome depression, diabetes, and a whole lot more.
That's right. Yeah. All that's happening Monday. And then, of course, tomorrow we have Film Friday. Got a busy couple of days and then a weekend packed in between it as well. You got big plans for the weekend, Amy?
Actually, I do. I'm going to be attending our Bridging Two Worlds concert that our Interpreter Student Association is hosting. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about that.
That's happening. We're going to have a videographer there as well. So,
wonderful.
Yep. So we'll be covering that. All right, Amy, thanks for being here. We'll hopefully see you again sometime soon.
In a couple of weeks. Thank you.
All right. Cool. Thank you all for joining us. Up to the Minutes live tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. right here. See you then.
Sometimes what you need just shows up. Houston Community College has your back, whether you're knocking out some basics or upping your game for a better job. Enroll today for spring classes and frame your future with HCC.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
How prepared is your family if disaster shows up at your doorstep? You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan before they show up. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking,
let's go.
You'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza.
Yes!
Make a plan today.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me.
That was perfect.
But I heard every word.
There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children, she didn't know what to do. She gave them some broth without any bread and kissed them all soundly and put them to bed. Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org.